Hello. Hi Ed, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm very well. How are you?
I'm all right. Yeah, I think I'm okay. I've basically shuffled myself into a corner where things appear organised. There's absolute chaos everywhere else, but this bit's okay.
You don't need to tell people that, they can't see that.
I know. I don't know with them.
Bit of honesty.
Are you excited to taste these delicious beverages?
Yeah, I am actually. I haven't had quite a few of these in a long time. So because we've got so many drinks that you just can't get through them all so quickly. So it's nice to choose some good ones and get through them.
Yeah, definitely. There seems to be. I feel like I'm getting so many samples for new things at the moment. They're like, I haven't had a real kombucha in months. I absolutely love them. They're some of my favourites. So yeah, there's some stuff here that I've not had in a little while.
Yeah, absolutely.
So just to let anyone watching know, if you've got any questions, just drop them in and we'll do our best to answer them. So I think we should get started.
Yeah, let's do it, shall we?
Do it. So we're going to start with Punchy. Look at us, we're so in sync. Now, something I absolutely love about these is the artwork, like the branding, I think is absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
and also the texture of the labels.
Yeah, that's so different to anything else. It's like, oh, it's so grippy. You're not going to drop
it. It just makes it feel really premium, I think.
Yeah, no, definitely. You're 100% right on that one. So as soon as you open like the can, the cucumber hit just wafts through the nose before you
immediately
before you can even pour it into the glass.
I feel like cucumber always carries well, like generally speaking.
Yeah. So you see, mine looks quite radiant in the light here.
Quite radiant, love it.
Quite radiant.
I'm excited because my friend bought me these glasses as a gift recently and I absolutely love them and I never use them because they're so precious. So I'm like, I'm going to use them for the tasting.
They look cool, they're retro.
They're really nice. Oh, yeah, I'm into that.
It is definitely a sitting in the sun summer beverage, don't you reckon?
100%, yeah. Garnish. I mean, I feel like they give you a tip for the garnish in the name. Like I would shove some cucumber and a sprig of rosemary in this and you're away.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd get some ice in there as well. I think it'd go down well. But you can still, like initially, it is cucumber, but there's certainly, you do get a bit of yuzu, a bit of the tanginess.
The yuzu is definitely there. It's got that nice, slightly floral thing on the yuzu, which I always love. It's. I think it's one of my favorite things doing food and drink. I had some ramen for lunch with yuzu in it, and that was fantastic.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I think your internet connection is a bit slow. Oh, you're back here now. You're back here.
I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah, you're back. No, you have to, I don't know, boot up the wires or something, but you're back in again. But I can definitely taste sort of the herby rosemary as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's very well balanced. I think I feel like the carbonation really helps with this as well. I feel like it kind of, I don't know, I feel like you kind of get that nice distinction between each layer of flavour. It's really nice.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Because it's quite puffy, you do get a good dryness as well, which I would quite like.
Yeah, the finish is nice and dry.
Absolutely, good. No,
nice. I always end up just so full of liquid by the end of these days. I've just necked half the can and then realised, we've got like 8 more things to do.
8 more to go. Don't go too fast.
Shall we crack into the kombucha?
Yeah, I know you're excited for it, so let's get on with it, shall we?
I am. When am I not excited for kombucha? I think what I really love about these guys. Sorry, everyone. So we're moving on to the Royal Flush by Real Kombucha. I think the thing I really like about them is the kind of confidence not to flavour the kombucha and just let the tea do all the talking. I think that's great.
Yeah, no, I do love good kombucha, especially the real kombuchas. They're very, I don't know, super authentic. I love what they do. And I'll show you, it's really true that they just use tea, but they can create so many sort of vivid flavours that are just, so at the forefront. Which is fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's because I've just read on the label, it says notes of rhubarb and white peach, but on the nose, you absolutely get rhubarb on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'd say a touch of blackcurrant as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think, these guys do well in, you'll find them in quite a lot of dining settings in sort of quite nice restaurants. I feel like they're so well suited to, if you're not drinking and you want that kind of wine moment with your meal, these just go so well. Like the acidity is really great generally at tackling food.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fruit and spiciness, the notes sort of work with the acidity, sort of make it a really delicate, as you say, white wine sort of esque drink, which is really good. Love it. And
you have got that really sort of, it's a very gentle dryness on the finish. It's not aggressive. It's like quite a soft but dry finish. I love that.
Yeah, certainly. And you can get that with some kombuchas where they're just super dry and they quite get straight to the chops. But this is very delicate, but still pronounced enough that you do have a really, good dryness to it.
Yeah. And it has got, I think, just that real slight kind of funk in the acidity that I always appreciate.
A good funk.
A good funk.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's very true.
I think these guys do the sharing bottle sizes as well, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. 750 ml. And do you know what? They've been going really well. They've actually probably been better sellers than the smaller bottles. Yeah. So I think it is just a lot of people pairing it with food. Like say you can pair it with all the normal stuff that you pair white wine. So your pastas, your chicken, your fish. And they work really, really well. So it's absolutely fantastic substitute.
Yeah, definitely. And I think also some really fun things that you can do mixing kombuchas to sort of make your own little cocktails and things as well. Quite fun. But I mean, I actually wouldn't mix this with anything because I just think it's perfection.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, like this one is the Royal Flush, but the Dry Dragon is also another one of my favourites for the kombucha. Really tasty.
I really loved, I don't think they do it anymore, but the Smokehouse. I think it was called Smokehouse, and it used, I think it used lapsang. I think, maybe I'm lying, but there was one that they discontinued that had like a little smoke to it, and I was like, oh yeah, I appreciate this.
Yeah, no, fantastic.
Ooh.
See, you've got through yours very quickly, so
I need to calm down.
You definitely like that one.
I've still got all of this for later.
So are we going to move on to the next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's gin up.
Stillers, Celtic Mist. So these guys are from Monmouthshire over in Wales. I really like them. I'm going to put some ice with mine. Do it properly. I haven't got a garnish there, unfortunately. But they distill from herbs and spices. There's no added flavours to it, and they use a proper copper pot to distill it. So it's like as you would like a normal gin. They distill it properly all the way down using Welsh water. And then we've also got, to go with this, 12 Below Classic Tonic.
I love 12 Below tonic.
Yeah, it's really
they
good.
Do quite a few different flavors, and I just think they're all really brilliant, even as a little standalone drink, some of them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's certainly one of my favorites because some tonics are very quinine.
Yeah,
that's not really a word, but you know what I mean. Whereas this one's quite subtle in that regard.
Yeah.
And obviously 12 Below for a reason. It's only got 12 calories in it per serving. Ooh.
I don't know if I'm imagining this, but I get quite a lot of ginger on the nose.
Do you?
I don't know if I'm making that up.
No, there's definitely gingery there. You can certainly get there's certainly juniper, and there's definitely a nice citrus notes.
Yeah. I don't have ice because I left my ice tray at Chloe's house the last time we did a tasting there, and I haven't got it back yet. So I'm being a heathen.
No, that's what I was saying earlier. It was a bit sunny this afternoon for the first time in a week. So I was like, I got to crack the ice open and do this properly. Yeah, there's certainly as well. There's notes of rosemary.
Yeah, I'd say rosemary and possibly like I think coriander as well. There's that sort of spice. Yeah.
It's quite herby. A little bit. Well, it's not spicy as such, but it's definitely an underlying herbiness there.
Yeah, definitely.
But again, it's a really good clear spirit alternative if you're looking at a cutback. Say it doesn't get washed out too much of the tonic. Quite a lot of the spirits do.
Yeah, I think this stands up
quite
well.
strong. Yeah, absolutely.
What are we saying garnish wise? What would you go with?
Well, probably just a sprig of rosemary, actually.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that.
Yeah. No, I think I just got it on the brain a bit of rosemary, definitely. Yeah, very tasty.
I'm actually just going to try just a little bit of that tonic on its own as well. Just going to have a little comparison.
What do you make of the tonic on its own?
I mean, I love tonic water.
Do you?
I think so many people think that they don't like gin.
Yes.
But they just don't like cheap tonic.
Yeah.
Stop buying that tonic. This is a good tonic.
Absolutely. No, it really is. It's fantastic tonic. So they got 3 other flavours which are very popular. They've got rhubarb, apple and mint, as well as pear and cardamom. So
pear and cardamom is so good.
Yeah, they're all really tasty, and they all can add something a little extra to your drinks, depending on what mood you're in.
I think it's quite fun as well. I think especially when spirit companies are doing these kind of sizes, you can try different styles of gin, because I think, as we'll see with the next one, you can get some quite different characteristics out of them, and it's quite fun finding the right tonic to match with that, and then picking your garnish and finding like your perfect serve. I always love that.
Yeah, definitely. There's so many different ways you can be doing it these days, and they're getting better and better, which is what we need, and just means that you can have a fantastic drink. Evenings, weekends, easy. So,
sorry, I think my internet just dropped.
You did. You disappeared for a second.
I'm a nightmare. Do you know what as well? I have to apologise to Jeremy from the Club Soda team, because he made me these lovely little banners and I've been forgetting to put them up. So there we go. Sorry, Jeremy.
That's all right. We're only on the 3rd one. I'll remind you the rest.
Are we talking to the next gin then?
Yes.
Oh yes, you're much better at this.
I just want to cover my face there. This one's Silk Roots. The last one was Celtic Mist.
Oh.
Again. What I quite like doing these days is trying the spirits straight before I put the tonics in, just so you get a full flavour.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to love this. Yeah, I don't know actually which one I prefer. I definitely really like them both, but this has certainly got clove and cardamom. Yeah, definitely.
Clove comes through quite strong. I do love clove as well. I
do. I think so many people balance it badly and it can come through too much. but I feel like on this, like, it's just nice.
Yeah, definitely.
And you've got that little bit of cinnamon. Again, like it's not cloying, it's just that little kind of touch of spice across your tongue is really nice.
Definitely. No, it's only a little bit of cinnamon, but do you know what? It just adds so much to it.
Yeah.
There's a bit of citrus in there as well.
Yeah.
Which makes for a fantastic grown-up drink.
Unusual, because when I've drank gins, like full strength gins in the past that have a spicier profile, I generally have not enjoyed them because I've always found them just a little bit kind of fuzzy and sort of almost kind of like dusty tasting. That's not like a good descriptor, but it's not really been something I've enjoyed much, but I absolutely love this.
Definitely. Yeah, no, and it's not because it's very true because you can get quite musky sort of taste.
Yeah.
This still comes out very clear.
Yeah, it's still clean, isn't it?
Yeah, clean. It's defined in taste. You should change the banner. It's the wrong one.
Well, I can't see the other banner for this one. So.
Well, they'll be the same price anyway.
Yeah. Give you the wise bartender banner. There
that one. That's a good one. Yeah, good shout. Good work there.
Gosh, will I ever be professional? Probably not.
No, probably not. But still, there's these guys. They won bronze at the London Spirits Awards. So, they're starting to get recognised for their craftsmanship. And I think it's fully deserved, to be honest with you, because they're both really fantastic spirits.
Yeah, agreed. I think, there have been a lot of products where I think, like you say, the spirit can just disappear as soon as you add tonic. And I think both of these just hold their own so well.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's so true. And like I said, they're getting better and better. And I think these guys are going to be up there. It's that, like, at the minute, there seems to be quite a bit of frenzy over spirits because there's obviously been the big guys have come out. So like Gordon's and Tanqueray have brought theirs out.
Sipsmith have just done theirs as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So they realise, there's a space in the market that people want these drinks. Whereas now we're going to see, I think, a bit more of a revolution of the crafty spirit guys. So yeah, keep trying it, see what you like.
What would you garnish this one with?
Definitely not rosemary. This one, I think this one, classic slice of lemon, ice and lemon. I reckon.
Nice.
Maybe a lime.
I'd maybe wild card. Maybe even go for a little cheeky orange peel.
Ooh, good shout actually. Maybe, or a grapefruit wedge.
Love a grapefruit wedge.
Well, there we go. Experiments abound.
Okay. Let's move on.
Right. Okay. Let's find some. Which one are we going to? Jump ship.
Yes, I'm going to change the banner now. There we go.
So Jump Ship are a Scottish brewery. They specialise in alcohol-free.
I'm just going to grab a napkin because mine's just... I didn't store it upright in my fridge.
Oh dear.
Nestled amongst the celeriacs and...
Early natural. So yeah, they consider themselves the first alcohol-free or low and no brewery in Scotland. I think Coast might have something to say about that. But their beers are brewed in Belgium, so I'm going to go with Jump Ship for that one. And but yeah, Sonia, the founder, left her job in marketing to start the brewery, and you know what, it's going really well. You have a look at the colour there. So is yours always on your lap or?
No, I managed to save it. In the glass. Here we go.
Perfect. So it's definitely quite biscuity malts.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm getting a bit of, what's it? Mango lychee. Do you get that?
That's like little tropical notes.
Little tropical things indeed.
I really enjoy that the carbonation on this is quite soft. Yeah, that definitely fits my preference, I think, for this style.
Well, we were discussing, back at base, and there's a few ways you could do it. If you wanted it higher carbonated, you could just keep it in the can. Don't pour it into a glass, and then it's just a bit more fizzy. But then if you like it a bit less carb, pour it out into a glass.
Yeah.
So yeah, ways around, whatever your preference is.
I like that it's got quite a decent finish on it as well. Like that lasts.
Yeah, definitely. It lingers for quite a while.
Yeah.
And to me, it's a bit like toffee and caramel. Do you know what I mean?
It's definitely, there's definitely that kind of malt finish on it. Yeah,
it's a very delicate bitterness that sort of suits it really well.
I feel like my mouth is still slightly tasting of the still as silk roots. I feel like I'm like, oh, spice? No, it's just my mouth.
Have a swig of tonic and wash it out. Yeah, this one's made with Citra and Styrian Bobek hops. Not normally used in lagers, but I think actually this one comes out really well. It's not your classic big name Pilsner, where it's, but then it's definitely still a nice, not chewy or choppy, just like quite a clean and quite clear lager.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of, like in terms of flavour, I feel like it sits as a sort of a little bit of a hybrid between like a lager and a little pale. Like,
yeah, definitely. It would certainly suit ale drinkers quite well, I think.
Yeah.
But again, it's got enough flavour to, I think, please anyone for that matter.
Yeah, I would agree. I can imagine like just having a cool box full of this for a barbecue or something.
Yeah.
That'd be a very happy situation.
Crack it out in the morning, sit under the sun. Absolutely. That's very nice.
Simon in the comments is just asking, is it sweet? I like a dry lager. I wouldn't say this is sweet. No, I think it has got, that kind of malty character, but there's enough bitterness in there. I think it's nicely balanced. I wouldn't put this as sweet at all.
No, I wouldn't say either. I mean, it's got a little bit of sweetness, but I mean, what doesn't? You need to have a little bit to really bring it together. But we lost you again. Oh, yeah, you're back.
I'm back. Is it free? Am I doing a terrible face every time it stops?
Yeah, no, not really. Not terrible face.
Oh, great. I'm not going to watch this one back, I don't think. Shall we move on to
yes, let's do it. So we've got Big Drop. Never work out where my camera is. So Poolside was their summer series last year. So it was obviously popular enough that they've decided to make it one of their, part of their range. So let's give it a go, shall we?
Just going to just highlight lactose for this one. If anyone's intolerant, there is lactose in here.
Yeah, there is lactose actually. I think this is the only one today which isn't vegan.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah. It is gluten-free though.
It is.
That way inclined, yes.
Good head retention, which you don't always get. Well, on boozy beers as well, to be fair.
Do you know, I've not had one of these, I don't think. Well, probably since last summer, actually. I haven't tried it since we've had it back in. I know it was good. I forgot how good it was.
I'm getting like a lot of like peach, like kind of soft stone fruit kind of smells.
Yeah,
anyway.
There's definitely stone fruit in there. No, it's definitely peach as well. Big hits of peach.
It's like big peach Melba smell.
Mm.
I like the body on that as well. I mean, like, thank you lactose for that one, but it works. It works.
Yeah, definitely. The alcohol-free drinks of, say, the beers. Body is probably the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
And the body is definitely there. I think
Yeah.
you probably would struggle to differentiate it between a higher ABV drink. Do you reckon?
I think so. I think in a blind tasting, I think you could absolutely pass that. Because I don't think that people would necessarily know.
Yeah, definitely. And again, I think it's quite kiwi, lemon, like citrus fruits come through on the first there.
Yeah.
And there's a real nice bitterness. It starts getting quite heavy, but it's really not.
Yeah, it's I would say it's quite a it's a moderate bitterness, I'd say, on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of that. Yeah.
Bad. Is it Azeka, Chinook, Mosaic, hops?
Classic combo.
Classic combo indeed. But they've blended very well, I think.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Double dry hopped as well, so you'd hope it would be quite a hop-led beer, and it certainly comes out that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And it has, like they say on the tasting note, pine. It has got that little kind of piney thing going on as well.
Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah, that's a good one. Again, I like the branding. I've always liked the Big Drop branding, but the cans look nice. Poolside makes me really want it to be summer and the sun out.
Oh, to be poolside. Actually, I just was, but that was at my gym, and it's really gross. So.
Yeah, it doesn't quite count.
Not very excited. Right. Have we got cider next? I think that's the plan.
We do have cider next. That's what I got. Yes.
Okay.
So.
Now, obviously, this is very exciting because there are unicorns on the bottle.
Yeah, we decided to call it unicorn beer because to find a good alcohol-free beer, cider, was a unicorn at the time. So obviously we are Somerset chaps down at Wise Bartender, and we've pretty much, grown up with cider. Cider's everywhere around here. And then about a year ago, we decided we were going to make one because we had over 200 beers, pretty much, and then only about 7 or 8 ciders. So we thought, you know what, the cider side of alcohol-free needs a bit of a kick up the bum. And we thought we'd give the big boys a bit of a run for their money. And we tried to create something that was quite genuine, authentic. Because a lot of the ciders that I've been having before have been really, really sweet.
Yeah. I think a lot of them sit too close to just being apple juice, really. Like, it doesn't feel like a grown-up drink. Then I think as well, there is sort of with the alcoholic cider market, there is definitely that sort of, you do tend to find a lot of sweet products in that category.
Oh yeah, you certainly do. Don't get me wrong, like sweet cider, some of them are fantastic, but we wanted more of a choice in the alcohol.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I like the colour.
Yeah.
It's quite
clear.
Yeah.
And we've really tried our utmost to keep the dryness. Obviously, like we all grew up drinking Scrumpy, and that was definitely quite chewy. So we wanted to sort of replicate that as much as we could in the drinks that we were produced.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely. Oh, sorry, carry on.
No, this is actually it's not just us. This is a collab with Crafty Nectar. So Crafty Nectar are just up the road from us. Live in the village. We know them very well, and they source cider, alcoholic cider. So they wanted to increase the alcohol-free range. We wanted real cider knowledge. So both of us have made this, and that's why I think it's come out really well. We had quite high standards when we went in, and I think we surpassed them actually.
I'm going to put it out there. Not usually, I'm not supposed to have favourites, but that's my favourite that I've had yet, alcohol-free cider.
I genuinely think it is the best one on the market. I genuinely do. And I think when people try it, they probably, like, especially if they've had other alcohol-free ciders, I think they say the same.
I feel like you could put that in front of someone and say, oh, it's a bag-in-box, 3% or whatever, and I think people would be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. No, we've been giving it to quite a lot of hard-nosed people around here, and they have been quite impressed by it as well. So,
brilliant.
Yeah, we are really proud of it.
I love that kind of yeasty. It's got that nice little yeasty note. Like you finish drinking it, and you're just like, ready.
Still there. Yeah, and they've still got the tannins that definitely quite hit the cheeks. Not many do that at all, but ours definitely does.
Oh, I might have to treat myself to a case of that actually. Yeah.
Definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if Laura's tried this yet. Laura will love this.
She must have. She's definitely come down, and we've given her a lot. I'm sure she must have.
Yeah.
But we've got our Wise Fest going on this month, and you can actually get this on draft if you're in Somerset. Come on down.
Oh, maybe I should.
Actually, yeah, you can drive down if you're anywhere. Just come on down.
We've just got a comment. So Kieran has said, I was at a wedding in Bath recently where the father of the bride makes cider but doesn't drink himself. And so he provided a large range of his own farmhouse and other ciders and a choice of non-alcoholic and low alcohol ciders. And I had no idea that supermarkets now did a wide range of no and low alcohol ciders. And the one I tried was as good as a commercial one. That's good to hear. And also how refreshing to hear about a wedding that caters to people who aren't drinking.
Yeah, absolutely. I've never heard of that, not once. So very
no.
well for them.
Some friends of ours got married a couple of years ago, actually, and because they work in, like, one of them's a brewer and they both worked in hospitality forever, and it was the most wonderfully hosted day, and they had a really good bar of alcohol-free choices as well, which was great because my partner and I weren't drinking. But yeah, I think that's the only sort of big celebration event that I've been to that's like where I felt like I've had loads of choice.
Yeah. So that's exactly what you want. Plenty of choice. Absolutely fantastic.
Sorry, I think I disappeared again for a moment.
For a second.
I'm just traveling to parallel dimensions. That's actually what's happening. Right.
Future.
Yeah. I'm just telling future me to order a case of this cider.
Fabulous.
Okay.
Let's go for the next one, shall we?
We're cracking out the big ones.
Ooh. Bell & Co. Again, can't find my camera. Over here.
Oh,
hopefully you don't spill this one on your lap.
Yeah, I know. I'm now like, oh gosh, opening a cork on a live. That's going to go well for me, isn't it? I can't even find the way in. I've only been bartending for 13 years. It's fine.
It's all right. Just rip it off. You know, I've not opened a cork for a long time, actually. You might take out the light. If it suddenly gets dark, you'll know why.
So this is one that people will probably have seen. It's kind of quite widely available now in supermarkets, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen it in Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
I've seen it in Morrison's as well, I believe.
Yeah, I was going to say Morrison's.
Yeah, and yeah, as I say, it's very popular actually. we've got it quite competitively priced to the supermarkets. There's not, obviously they've got such buying power that it's quite hard to do that, but they've been really good to us, so we can put it out as near what they can.
Oh, I'm so excited by the colour of this.
So I got my cut crystal. So
oh, you are fancy.
I should have had a champagne flute, but I haven't got any, so this had to do.
Oh, well, it looks great.
So this one is made with fermented grapes. A lot of the wines aren't, but they've also put in green tea.
That's an interesting way to balance it and kind of, yeah.
I think you can tell though, can't you? It's not. It doesn't taste like tea, but it gives it a nice dryness.
Yeah, it does.
I can just, like, if you wouldn't know unless someone said there's green tea in there, but thinking about it, the times I've had green tea, it's sort of, it does that to your tongue where it sort of saps it all inwards.
Yeah, yeah. I really love the I think just the ingenuity of that. You know, you've used your grapes, but then how else can we kind of build that character? It's a nice way to go about it. I would absolutely drop a cheeky raspberry in this to feel fancy, because it's pink fizz. You've got to drop a raspberry in it.
Yeah, pink fizz. I think raspberry go well. You could get away with a strawberry, but I think raspberry would be perfect. And again, it's quite nice in the body. It's not thin.
Yeah, the carbonation really lifts it. It's quite an intense carb, isn't it, on that?
Yeah, definitely.
I think it needs that.
No, I think it does as well. Like you can't have bubbly that's not very bubbly, can you? Really?
Very true.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but that is super nice, super refreshing. Good dryness. So it's quite light as well, so I think you can have a few of them.
Yeah, I'm just wondering about the caffeine situation with that.
Well, I should imagine
a very small amount.
Yeah, I haven't drunk caffeine now for probably about 10 years because it affects me so much. I get heart palpitations.
Yeah.
So every time I've had any sort of alcohol-free with caffeine in, so we have like some coffee stouts, a few other things like that. The caffeine is so minimal, it doesn't affect me. So I think it's just where it's such, big batch, small caffeine, you still get the flavour and, of what it's come from, but you don't have the effects. I should imagine they wouldn't, you'd have to drink loads before you really actually started, feeling the caffeine.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a fan of that. I think I'm going to have some friends over for a breakfast this weekend, and I might get a bottle of that in.
Treat them right.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's because it's really good. It can be used for multiple occasions. I think because you can have it with your dinner or what have you, and it's nice to have like a celebration. Like I say, you can make the pop so you can keep the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And it's nice adult grown up.
Yeah. Wedding toasts, good alternative.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, right. We've got one beverage left.
Just one.
I'm quite excited about this.
I'm going to have to move this one out of the way. Have you tried this yet?
I haven't.
Have you not? I tried it the first time last week, and I was impressed. I was really impressed.
Oh, let's go.
So, Ish Spirits are based in Denmark, I believe. But a lot of it's produced in Austria. This is obviously a lime daiquiri inspired drink. And you can smell it.
It smells like rum.
It got a burn on the nose if you really get it.
It has, yeah. If you really like.
So Ish Spirits, this is a ready to drink made with their rum ish. Their rum ish is all your classic rum flavors, so your vanilla, your spices. But the good thing about Ish Spirits, which really like, is one of my favorite spirit brands, because they have a little bit of chili in there, so that gives it a bit of a kick, a bit of a burn, and that makes it, you know, very authentic, just like you'd have with an alcoholic rum.
Yeah, you've absolutely got that little bit of heat on there.
And yes, it is, because it's a daiquiri. Lime, refined sugar. Yeah, it's really refreshing.
I like that the lime isn't it's not like a very basic kind of like lime cordial kind of flavor. There's complexity to it. Yeah,
you can tell they've used real fruit rather than just a concentrate.
Yeah, and I would imagine they've probably used zest as well as juice on that.
I'd expect so. It's probably just a big lime squish.
Yeah, and that heat, obviously, with the daiquiri, like you would do expect a fair bit of sugar in there.
Yeah.
And the alcohol would kind of combat that, and I feel like they've achieved that still with the heat, that chili heat.
Yeah, definitely. I say it is sweet, but it's not. It doesn't really have that much sugar in, all things considered.
Yeah.
So I mean, like it wouldn't be a daiquiri without sugar. So it needs to have
exactly. Yeah.
initial sweetness. So the burn comes through at the end, and I just think it's really, really authentic.
It's definitely like a sipping drink as well. I mean, I've just had quite a lot of sips because I'm just like, tell me again about how this works. But like, you take your time over that, I think. And
yeah, definitely. One can is 2 portions. So you could definitely, have it as a short drink.
I mean, you'd want
over a bit of ice.
Over a good bit of ice as well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. If you're posh enough as well, have a slushy ice and do it properly.
Oh, fantastic. Have you got any favourites from all that?
It depends what mood I'm in, to be honest, because I'm genuinely quite a beer drinker these days. So I really like the Jump Ship because it's quite light. So you can just knock back a couple and, you know, still be able to move, don't feel bloated. But then when the sun's out, our cider is fantastic. Like, you just can't go too far wrong. Barbecue, cheeky cider on the side, happy days. Again, the Stillers is really lovely. I really like having, you know, an alternative that stands up in tonic, where a lot of them don't. So it's hard to choose, actually. I haven't even mentioned the kombucha. The kombucha is probably one of my favourites, just because it's so versatile. You can have it with so many meals. You can have it just on its own. So, no, I haven't got a favourite.
Yeah, no, I think I'm in agreement. I'm like, actually, I just really enjoyed everything. Lindsay's just asking, can you buy those individually? I'm assuming that's in reference to the daiquiri.
Well, you can buy all of these things individually. One of our unique selling points at Wise Bartender, which is, you know, makes us different to a lot of the other alcohol-free retailers, is you can actually buy all of the drinks by single bottles. So that does mean you don't have to wait to your discovery box to arrive for you to just discover more. You could just add one of everything and it'll arrive. So yeah, absolutely can.
I have to say, especially around Christmas time, I do my Wise Bartender order and go a little bit wild. I'm like, well, we have to try loads of new things.
Yeah,
it's a brilliant way to find new favourites. And I think the discovery box is such a nice way to try different categories as well, especially if you're kind of new to finding the drinks that you like.
Absolutely. No, if you're new, I think the discovery box is one of the best ways to go because they're selected like good drinks, so you're not going to get anything rubbish at any point. There's always quite a different range, so if you like a bit of everything, you'll get a bit of everything. So
yeah, We're also doing a wine box with Wise Bartender. So if you're looking for things to replace your wine moment, I believe the deadline for ordering for the next one is the 17th of this month. So yeah, if you're into your wine, that might be a good one to have a look at as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Gosh, I've got so many beverages to get through. Can't wait.
I'm sure you'll get through. So the rate you're knocking them back, I'm sure it won't take very long.
I know. Loving it. I'll have a little sugar high soon, probably.
Yeah, with a daiquiri, you definitely get a little.
Yeah. Brilliant. Well, I think that's us done then.
Yeah, I think so. So did you enjoyed all of these then, I assume?
Absolutely. To be fair, I think it's quite hard for me to find, in general, it's quite hard for me to find an alcohol-free drink that I don't enjoy. I think like you, I tend to drink more beer than anything, but I think that's having a career in beer. That's kind of always been my go-to. But yeah, I have to say recently, I've definitely been getting quite into like my kombuchas. And I think especially one for me that I always love is finding an alternative to like an Aperol Spritz or like various Amaros. Like they just work so well. So
Yeah, really do, yeah.
Maybe next.
So we got a good few of those coming in.
Those.
Oh, so we did have to make a few changes, didn't we? But the ones that were going to be in the box have arrived today, so they might end up being in the next.
Okay, great. Yeah, sorry if anyone was frustrated by the changes.
Yeah, courier's fault. Don't blame us, but they're here now, so.
I think that's a general thing at the moment, isn't it? Especially with anything imported. Really difficult to plan things.
Absolutely, everything's just getting pushed back and more difficult. And I don't see the end of the light of that sort of stuff yet. Hopefully, we'll get it sorted before Christmas comes. Otherwise, we're going to have a real trouble.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for joining. And yeah, if you want to head over to Wise Bartender, you can find all these products and many more. And yeah, if you're interested in the wine box, then by all means have a look at that as well. But Ed, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
And yeah, speak to you soon.
Lovely.
Take care.
Will do.
Bye.